Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. You joined me with an exciting new refresh product for the Chevy lineup, the 2025 Chevy Tahoe, this one in its Premier trim level. Now for 2025, the Tahoe and the Suburban go through a mid-cycle refresh, which updates some of the exterior as well as interior styling, updates some of the additional features and technology inside the vehicle, including the digital gauge cluster, the infotainment system, stuff like that, as well as does tweak the packaging and the availability of certain features across the trim lineup, including the Super Cruise, which unfortunately this vehicle behind me does not have, but I believe there is going to be expanded access to Super Cruise if you guys are interested in some of that, more advanced driver assistance technology. And believe it or not, this vehicle behind me in its last generation, or I should say pre-refresh model, was one of the first GM vehicles to debut the Google built-in integration, and of course that has been approved for this 2025 refresh. But without further ado, let's not waste your time. Take a look at what this Tahoe Premier has to offer behind me with the Sun and Tow package for just over $80,000. So take a look at the Tahoe in front of us. This one's going to be finished in the radiant red exterior with the jet black and sky cool gray leather on the inside. Now I know it's not much of a radiant sunny day, so you really can't get an idea of really how deep and bright this red does get in direct sunlight, but make sure you guys check out some of the other videos I do have posted on the channel. Now starting at the front end of every Tahoe, immediately can see some of the updated lighting and overall design language that they have changed here at both the front as well as the back end of the vehicle, but the front is really going to be the main exterior change. So you can see the LED running lights are illuminated right there with your LED turn signals integrated in that housing right there. You have the LED projector headlights just below that, and there is going to be LED fog lights tucked very nicely in the bottom of the front bumper right there. And then the Premier does add in a lot of the nicer bright chrome trim that one would expect on a luxury vehicle like this. Front, rear, and side parking sensors as standard with your 360 surround view camera system located right there. And of course the gold bow tie is going to be found on this trim level, but you can get accessory black badging if you do wish to change it up just a little bit on the exterior. Now coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is actually going to be one of the carryover aspects for this, generation of Tahoe, if you will, is this polished wheel design. It is going to be wrapped in a 275/60 20-inch Continental Cross Contact Eco Plus LX20 all-season tire. Coming up to the mirror caps, they are going to be bright chrome on the Premier with your LED turn signal integration. Cameras on the bottom for that 360 camera system. They are going to be power folding, heated with your driver side auto dimming with blind spot detection as standard. Proximity entry on all four door handles. You can see the nice bright chrome accent trim, which is going to be the same over the last couple years. And then taking a look at the side profile, especially the way this one is equipped in this trim level, it might be hard at first glance to distinguish this from the older year of this generation, given that a lot of the enhancements did occur here for the front fascia and a little bit for the rear lighting. But here directly from the side, it's actually a little bit tricky to see it. Now you do have the bright chrome roof rails up top that match the nice running boards, and this one does have the optional panoramic power sunroof as part of that Sun and Tow package. So out back, you'll find your LED brake lights, turn signals, and reverse lights all in that housing right there with your nice quad outlet rounded exhaust. This will change depending on the trim that you do get between square and or rounded. Rear parking sensors back here with more of the chrome accent trim. There's your nice Tahoe branding with the gloss black that goes across and connects each tail lamp with the gold bow tie in the middle. Backup camera with integrated washer nozzle. There's the Premier badging, and this vehicle unfortunately does not feature the rear digital camera mirror, but that will be found on select versions of this vehicle if you do want to equip it. So overall, there is going to be quite a decent amount of change on the exterior, but definitely more of a refresh rather than an all-new redesign of this vehicle. Let me know what you guys think of the updated styling down in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and take a look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped before we jump onto the interior. So take a look at the window sticker. The Premier comes very well equipped with its standard features and options within the Tahoe's lineup. Now some of the updated features include the 17.7-inch infotainment system with Google integration, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and 8 years of OnStar Basic connected services. You have things like tri-zone automatic climate control, heated ventilated front seats with the LED exterior animated lighting, which is an upgrade from some of these base models. This one does have the optional Sun and Tow package for just over $2,000, as well as the Radiant Red is an additional extra cost paint, which brings the total MSRP including destination to $80,680. So take a look on the interior. As I mentioned, this one's finished in the jet black with sky cool gray interior, but there are going to be several different interior color combinations available. Starting out here on the door panel, you can see the stark contrast between the upper and lower sections with the two-tone effect. So up top, this is all going to be soft touch leather accent stitched material that matches the seating surfaces, and then down below you have the hard touch black trim. Like I said, that does make a very good contrast. This is going to be a very dark brown wood trim with the chrome accent just above it, with gloss black around the door handle pull and the two-person memory driver's seat. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with power folding mirrors, as well as both of the two front windows are going to be fully automatic up-down, with the back two being automatic down only. And then you will find the Bose premium audio system with a good amount of lower door storage. Driver's seat is going to be fully power with four-way power lumbar. And there's going to be the gray accent leather. No real accent trim or stitching on this seat in particular, but there is going to be also a look at the updated dashboard with the newly revised technology. So here in the interior of the Tahoe and Suburban, this is really where you're going to find a lot of the enhancements and the updates in the technology and some of the feature set versus that of the exterior. So starting in front of the driver, you're going to find the 11-inch fully digital and partially configurable gauge cluster that is going to be controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. Now this is the same one that you'll find in vehicles such as the Chevy Traverse and some of the other recently updated and or all new GM products. You can see in the middle, I have the driver assistance screen up with your digital tach and speedo on the left side. Pressing the button will give you a clean, more simplified layout, and then you can go ahead and put your tachometer with digital speed readout and other information, as well as, of course, the built-in Google Maps can be placed on this screen as well, which is one of the highlights, in my opinion, of the updated technology inside of the Tahoe and, of course, some of other GM's recent products. Now, coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel with dark matching stitching. It does have the chrome design and the 3-spoke, same steering wheel found in the Chevy Traverse that I do have videos on the channel of. This one does not have the optional and available Super Cruise, but that is going to be available on the Premier if you do want it. On the left side, you do have the regular adaptive cruise control lane keeping assist systems with your forward collision and distance settings. On the right side, you have your heated steering wheel button, gauge cluster controls, as well as some of the audio multimedia. And on the back side, you will find paddle shifters for the 10-speed automatic transmission with rockers for your volume and tune over here on the main infotainment screen. This vehicle does have rain sense wipers here on the left side, and then your gear shift for the 10-speed automatic is now relocated here to the actual steering column versus that up here on the dashboard, which it had the push-pull type, which I know not everybody was much of a fan of. To the left of the steering wheel, this is really where you're going to find a lot of the controls for the vehicle, including your transfer case settings, and then your automatic headlights, trailer brake controller, and other vehicle buttons. So running through them very quickly, you have your electronic parking brake. Here's your drive mode selection, as well as the 2-speed transfer case, 360 cameras, parking sensors, engine stop start on off, lane keeping, your automatic parking assist, traction control off, hill descent control, automatic headlights, fog lights, interior gauge dimming. You have your trailer brake controller, as well as the power tilt telescoping steering column just to the right of the screen over there. Across the dashboard, you have more of that brown accent trim, chrome around the vents, as well as the perforated leather stitching. You have the red LED light that will flash up on the actual glass itself to alert you for some of the emergency braking or other driver assistance technologies. And then coming over here to the infotainment system, you guys are probably familiar with this screen thus far because it's the same 17.7-inch infotainment system with Google integration, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, ambient interior lighting, automatic parking assist. There's the 360 camera system, which unfortunately, again, does not take up the entire screen on GM's latest products. It would be nice to see that a little bit larger, but you will find, redundant climate controls, your My Chevrolet app, Wi-Fi hotspot, Google Maps, and all that usual stuff is going to be the same as some of the other vehicles I have showcased and highlighted on the channel. Heated ventilated front seats, tri-zone automatic climate control, 2 zones here for the front, 1 zone in the rear. AC vents located below that, as well as some more redundant climate controls. Wireless charging pad, which is going to be cooled so your phone does not overheat by simply lifting this pad up. You can actually gain access to some of the vents that actually blow cold air into the bottom of the tray itself. USB-A and USB-C data ports with additional storage, nice gloss black cup holders that are a decent size, and it's going to have the same proximity key fob as we've seen from General Motors for the past several years. Nice gray accent, soft touch padded armrest. Inside you'll find a little bit of additional storage space, and this one is the power sliding center console. One way to see that is whether or not there is kind of a break in the center console right here, as well as the button that we will get into just in a second. Up top, you'll find a black soft touch headliner with microphones for the infotainment system, of course, illuminated vanity mirrors, auto dimming interior rearview mirror and driver's side exterior, OnStar passenger airbag. There's the power sunroof controls, power seat controls, power tailgate, overhead LED illumination. There is the slide for the center console, as I mentioned. As you can see, you can kind of configure this how you wish, and there is going to be a little bit of additional storage, which you can pull out right from here, kind of hidden away, which is very, very cool. And this is either going to be optional and or standard depending on the Tahoe or Suburban trim that you're looking at. But overall, a nice update and refresh to this already very premium, luxurious interior. But let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat and see what you guys get back there. So take a look at the second row of this Tahoe. As you can see, most of the materials are pretty much going to follow through from the front seat, which is always nice to see. So starting out here in the door panel, you have the same two-tone effect with the upper section being the lighter gray, the darker section at the bottom, brown wood trim, lock and unlock buttons back here, as well as the switchgear for your power window. Now this is going to be a 7-passenger configuration, so you have a second row captain chairs. You can get a bench inside this vehicle. Not exactly sure if you can get it on the Premier, but I know you can on some of the lesser trim levels. Adjustments for the slide and recline, as well as fold here on the left side of the seat. And then stepping inside, it's going to be a very easy step in height with a grab handle, large door opening, and plenty of headroom to get inside the vehicle. There's going to be a quick look at that updated dashboard and the overall design language. And then out back, you will find 2 cup holders up here on that sliding center console, another 3rd zone automatic climate control, heated captain chairs, USB-C charging, as well as a 120-volt outlet just below all of that. Mat pockets on both of the 2 front seats. There's the overhead AC vents for both the second and third rows, retractable hooks for any clothing on hangers, overhead LED illumination, and there's the power retractable sunshade. And a look at the captain chairs, which do feature the exact same armrest color as that of the seating surfaces. Now, as you can see, there's a ton of room between the second row captain chairs, so it's extremely easy to walk between these seats into the actual third row. So coming back here, this has always been a pretty strong suit of the Tahoe, and especially the Suburban, given the available space and how high the seat actually sits up off the floor. Now, I believe the seat is all the way back, and my legs are actually just barely clearing the carpet on the seat itself, so it's a very comfortable seating position. Now, you will find USB-C charging back here. Unfortunately, it is not padded in this particular vehicle, but you have cup holders, overhead AC vents, as I mentioned, more hooks, and overhead LED lighting. And as I mentioned, this is the vehicle you certainly want to travel in if you have full-size adults, need access to all 3 rows of seating. And of course, the Suburban being longer will offer even more interior space, both in cargo area as well as third row legroom. But overall, the Tahoe is still very, very sizable, very comfortable, and I would not mind spending several hours back here on a road trip. Now take a look at cargo area behind the third row. Of course, this does have the power liftgate as standard, as well as the opening glass section. And behind the third row, even in this shorter wheelbase and length of vehicle, you're still gonna find a very usable amount of cargo space. I believe this is a little bit more than 2 feet to that of the actual seat back itself. Now on the right side of the Premier, you will find the standard power up-down third row seats with the power release and folding second row seats, as well as a second 120-volt outlet for additional power needs at the back of the vehicle. So simply folding the seats down is as easy as holding that button right there, and it will go ahead and retract as long as that seat isn't all the way in its rearmost position, which it just so happens to be right now. Putting the seat back up, simply hold the lever one more time, and I actually do believe that Chevy has improved the speed at which the seats do go down. So from the time of pressing the button to the seats actually going down, you can see just how quick they actually move, and this is not sped up whatsoever. They are very quick, and I would not be surprised at all if they actually did improve the time in which those seats move up and down. Now beneath the floor, you will find additional storage space, although it's a little bit on the smaller side, and that's just because of some limitations in space for the spare tire, which is gonna be mounted beneath the vehicle, which you can see right there. So overall, a good amount of space, definitely more of a refresh. I think there's gonna be some minor tweaks mechanically back there, but then coming here to the passenger front seat, you are gonna find a power passenger seat with lumbar adjustments and all the same as the driver's side. And there's gonna be a look at the updated dashboard and material usage. Really like this dark brown trim and of course the perforated leather. You have the gray accent glove box, which is gonna be damped. Unfortunately, does not have any illumination inside, but is gonna be the same overall usable space. And that is gonna be a look at the interior of the updated and refreshed 2025 Chevy Tahoe Premier. Let's go and pop those to what powers this particular vehicle before wrapping this video up. Now under the hood of the LS through Premier trim levels, you're gonna find the standard 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This engine puts out 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque either through the rear wheels only or all four wheels when you do select four-wheel drive. And this is gonna be the standard powertrain available in the Premier. Now this vehicle with the Sun and Tow package can tow up to 8,200 pounds according to the door jam sticker, which GM is kind of to provide on every vehicle that is able to tow. And there is gonna be the option and available, of course, of the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 or the 3 liter Duramax, which has been updated to increase horsepower as well as torque and can also be had now in the C71 off-road trim level if you guys are curious about that. But overall, as equipped, 8,200 pounds worth of towing with the base 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8. So that's gonna do it here for this walk around tour of the refreshed 2025 Chevy Tahoe Premier. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for additional content coming on both the Tahoe as well as the Premier as I am able to get hands-on time with these particular vehicles. But overall, I really do like a lot of the changes that they did make for this refresh, including the updated screen sizes, technology. The front end styling looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the animated LED lighting, which this vehicle does have. And of course, you know, some of the other, you know, tweaks they made to packaging, trim levels, and the availability of the Duramax engine, which not only makes more power, but can be had on that Z71 off-road oriented trim, which I know was something that a lot of people who were looking at this vehicle or purchased would have liked to have had that option over the last couple of years. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree, want to add any additional information down in the comment section below? I know a lot of the trim levels are going to be more on the pricey side of things. This one's just over $80,000 as equipped, but I think it has all of the technology features that one would really like inside this vehicle for that price point, both in terms of comfort, convenience, and driver assistance technologies. But it really would be nice to have Super Cruise as well as lane centering capabilities on their standard driver assistance technologies. But unfortunately, this vehicle, the way it is equipped with the regular driver assistance suite, still has nice adaptive cruise control, but does not have that lane centering technology. So if you do a lot of highway driving, I would probably opt for Super Cruise if you guys are interested in a Tahoe. But outside of that, I think it's a very nicely equipped vehicle. I like the color combination that this one is currently equipped in, and I think a lot of you guys will like it too. So like I said, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Stay tuned for additional content. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.